Welcome to the Alchemist Show. This is a student-produced radio show by the Digital Media class at the Perryville Area Career and Technology Center. On mic is me, Isaac Wallers.
And me, Jackson Turner. And today, we are going to talk about art. Who doesn't love art?
Oh man, I'm not that familiar with art, sadly, but I do have a top pick of mine, and that would have to be pop art. Pop art was mostly popular during the 50s and 60s, and it served as mostly commercial images used to promote products. Like maybe a famous movie came out, they would promote that with their specific, I would have to say, comic book style artwork, which, me growing up, I actually loved comic books. So to see like... Still do? Well, since comic book movies are coming out, I'm getting off topic. Well, anyway, they would also produce some old Coca-Cola posters and food stamps such as Campbell's soup. Some would also include popular culture icons such as actors or from the mass media.
Yeah, I really liked Andy Warhol's work, even though he was a peculiar person.
Yeah, I would have to say so he was as well.
Apparently, I heard, I don't know if this is true, but he did a movie where for 8 hours he just filmed scenic shots of the Empire State Building.
Oh yeah, if that doesn't seal the weirdness of that person, I don't know what will.
Okay.
I know you got one. What's yours?
Oh, I'm going to be talking about Impressionism.
Ooh,
I hope this leaves an impression on you.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I just had to. Okay,
Audience,
Impressionism is a 19th century art movement known for its use of small, thin, yet visible brushstrokes. So basically, you know how when you're angry and try to scribble, but you can't scribble all over your paper or else you'll cover your work, so you just do it on the sides?
Yeah.
That's Impressionism, except with paint. It's also known for its open placements of elements, as in it's wide open. It's not like you're stuck in and cramped. And it also is known for its depiction of light, which is pretty good.
Will one of the artists include Van Gogh? He was one of them?
And also Mary Cassatt.
Mary Cassatt.
In fact, it originated in Paris, and during its conception faced harsh opposition from the conventional art community. They were all pretentious, and this was still, all art has to be realistic to be good. So they were go die, Impressionists. You don't belong here.
Yeah, everything just has to be so gritty and realistic.
Well, actually, most Impressionism did focus on real-life matters. It was just painted weirdly. And not even then, it's still pretty realistic, just not photorealistic. And in fact, there are some things about Impressionism that are oddly specific you don't know about. Of course, I mentioned the short strokes, not blended smoothly, but they also can't be shaded because this helps give an events a good effect of color vibration. And also, there is no use of black.
No use of black.
All the grays and darks aren't used with black paint, but actually the mixing of different colors.
So all they were focusing on were just, bright colors too, maybe brighten somebody's day up.
Not all pictures were necessarily bright. They wanted to make them strokey and bright and colorful.
Strokey.
Yeah, strokey.
Word of the day, strokey.
Okay, yeah. And also, rather than waiting for it to dry, they would just add the paint on. So it was paint, 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 just slapping it with paint, all jagged, and it looks beautiful. And then you get Starry Night, and that's my favorite piece.
Literally imagining Van Gogh just slapping paint on a paintboard, just called plat.
Well, not with his hands. It's more with a brush. Oh, it's still wet. Gonna paint it anyway. Because basically, just like how the conventional art community hated, the purpose of Impressionism was to say, we don't need your conventions. Art is art. It was basically also to protest conventions while conventions hated it.
Yeah.
Basically the hippie of the French art world.
Good comparison right there.
Thank you.
Well, very well said. I think that's all we have for this topic today. The Alchemist Show will be right back after this important message.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I feel like if I didn't have anyone to push me, I wouldn't even bother to do it. I got one milestone down the drain, and now I got to work on the next. I see the future is really bright for me. I feel like it doesn't matter the age, as long as you go back and get it done. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
No one gets a diploma alone. You have more support than you realize. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper cars, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, the Alchemist Show is back with another discussion topic, this time on our usage of Netflix and things like that. So my name is Molly Wood, and I'm here with...
Caleb Comte.
And Robert Gaddis.
And yeah, so we're going to talk about that. I've been using Netflix for a few years, and I really like it. And I like that they always have new shows, and they always have movies that I can watch, and they have a really wide collection of like different genres of movies and things. There's always something new. They always they update it and they put more stuff on, so that's really cool. I think you never like run out of things to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really actually watched Netflix though.
Me neither. I haven't really seen it as much, but yeah. One time about 2 years ago, I had a free trial for Netflix for about a month or so. I believe I got to see only one movie on Netflix, and it was Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville. I even might ask my parents if we can get Netflix again in the summer or so.
Yeah.
When I'm with my mom, I mostly watch all my movies on an Amazon device called Fire TV Stick. It's like Netflix, but it's an easy way to enjoy over 4,000 channels, apps, and games, including access to over 250,000 TV episodes and movies on Netflix, Amazon Video, HBO Now, Hulu, and more. One of the reasons I have this is because it's cheaper than Netflix and going out to the movies. It has almost every movie, and you can get like YouTube on it, Facebook, and more like that, and you can get games on it, a variety of games. And I've only had it for like about 2 years, but I really like it.
Yeah, the Fire Stick thing, I think it has a lot more things. Netflix is just movies and TV shows and things, but
It has its own whole software, home screen thing.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff. I think my grandma has that, and I used it over the summer. It's pretty nice. I don't know, Netflix. I mean, Netflix is nice because it also has you can make different accounts for your parents and the kids. So if the parents want to watch grown-up movies, they can do that without the kids see it. And they have a kids, so it's just kids movies, which is nice.
Don't they have one of those things where you can block certain programs that your kids can't watch or something?
I think you can.
Set restrictions.
You can have an age limit. You can if they're PG, I don't know, 13. I don't know. Maybe rated R movies. You can get rid of those. You have to be 18 or whatever.
I was 10 and I was watching a whole bunch of R-rated movies. So.
Well, only if they block it though.
Yeah.
It's a Netflix thing.
Yeah, I didn't get to see my first R-rated movie till I was 13. So yeah.
Ooh, breaking the rules. Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for this topic today. This is the Alchemist Show, and we'll be right back after this important message.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool, and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, Another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes. Another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger. 2 if you're very overweight. And 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio pre-diabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Hello, welcome back to the Alchemist Show. Today we are going to be talking about basically YouTube and why YouTube is so popular and what it is compared to other video sharing websites. So, I'm Bennett.
I'm Eric.
And my name is Brendan.
Who wants to start talking about why they love to watch YouTube?
I will. Alright, why I watch YouTube is because there are so many different types of videos that I can watch on there, ranging from music types like Screamo to emotional rap to trap, chill step, dubstep. I love it all. I've got so many hours of music, I can honestly say I put just as much time on music as I do on school. Listening to music even when I'm at work. But back to the main topic. I also like to watch gaming videos ranging from a game I recently talked about called Overwatch, and some of the older games like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2, which are both FPS games. Also the reasons are I also like to watch videos like Vines and gaming commentary, and also ranging from just people doing stupid things.
Is that it?
Yes.
I mean, those are all really good reasons. What about you, Brendan?
Well, I actually like YouTube because I have like a bunch of favorite famous YouTubers that I like such as Markiplier, Markamoo, Team Edge, Dude Perfect, Jacksepticeye, and Rai99. Well, for Rai99, he isn't like famous yet. He's only a college student, I think. But I'm pretty sure he'll be famous in time. He will. He's pretty good. I like him. I mean, all their videos include like gaming, challenges, fun activities, etc., much more. And like that's what I like. I like gaming videos and challenge videos. Heck, some of the challenge videos are like incredibly funny. Like the Bean Boozle challenge.
Yeah.
I got moldy cheese.
That was pretty good.
Plus, I also like to listen to some of the music videos that are there. Oh man, country music, I like that. From Tim McGraw to Florida Georgia Line to Luke Bryan. What annoys me about YouTube, however, is all this advertising stuff.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, but whatever. It's YouTube's problem, okay? Not ours. Okay? It's not our problem, okay? Do you have anything to say right now, Bennett?
Well, I think the reason or the things that you guys have said of why you like to watch YouTube is basically the reason why YouTube is so popular. Because for many years, all we had for entertainment is TV and movies, and there's only certain things that, can be aired on TV, and YouTube is kind of a fresh breath of air in a way because, all these challenge videos or music videos are something you couldn't really ever search up, and now with all this accessibility, I think it's what's making YouTube so popular, and especially that's why no one can beat it, because, there's other video sharing sites like VidMe or Vimeo. Have you guys ever heard of those?
Yeah. Neither.
Have you ever watched a video on there?
Nope.
Yeah,
I've never watched either of them. I haven't even heard either of them before.
Why would you go there if everything you needed is on YouTube? But that can also cause a bit of problems, which recently YouTube has been under fire recently because they've been having a bit of an advertiser boycott. What that means basically is that YouTube, how they make money is that they can play advertisements on YouTube videos, and YouTube, since it's so big, it's the #1 video sharing platform. There's tons and tons of people who post videos, who watch videos, who have accounts, so it's impossible to keep track of everything. Well, there are propaganda videos, hate speech videos that are, being played right after you see a nice old advertisement for Febreze. And that's making people mad because Febreze doesn't want to be associated with hate speech, right? And so all these companies like PepsiCo, Walmart, Dish, Starbucks, GM, they're all pulling what?
Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, they're all pulling advertisement away from YouTube and Google. They're just saying, we're not putting our advertisements on your website anymore because you keep playing our videos next to hate speech. So
what we have to, what YouTube's trying to do is find a way to prevent this sort of thing from happening. But in a way, I think that's what's gonna cause YouTube's downfall, because the whole reason why YouTube got popular in the first place is because it was a breath of fresh air from TV. You know, with TV, it was always, you know, just a 30-minute sitcom, and every show was the same, and it was all kid-friendly. But, you know, it's kind of morbid, but the fact that you can look up hate speech anytime you want is what's so great about YouTube, which is not something I do. But I mean, like, just something that new types of entertainment is out there thanks to YouTube, and if you try to censor those sort of things, then you're just going back to TV and you're going to lose your following. But usually I think the biggest part about YouTube is that, you know, most people just like to cuss, and you can't really do that on TV, but, you know, they're thinking about not letting people, you know, be very profane anymore and try to get advertising from that. I mean, you can still post whatever you want, there just won't be any advertising along with it, and that's making people mad, because they're saying, you know, this is taking away free speech, or, you know, there are YouTubers out there who depend on those advertisements for money, and they're not extremely kid-friendly, and they're like, what am I going to do now, sort of thing. But when you're as huge of a business as YouTube is, and when you get away with copyright infringement and hate speech constantly, you know, it was just going to be a matter of time until everyone got really mad. What do you guys think about that? Are there any sort of videos that you watch that could make this a problem?
I don't remember.
I haven't really seen any videos that would matter about whether or not the advertisements would get pulled from it or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but I hear it's extremely harsh, and I think it's just the fact that that's happening is making people afraid, which is completely understandable. And I think that here I'm going to be a bit of a Nostradamus sort of figure going on here. I'm going to be predicting everything. Not really, but I predict that Vimeo, because of this boycott, is actually going to have a chance of competing with YouTube now. Because Vimeo, they are on the more artistic side of things, so they're more lenient with these, you know, sort of guidelines that YouTube is having trouble with for the sake of art. So I think that because of this boycott, Vimeo is gonna hike up. And it's not only just sort of grocery companies, also car companies, Toyota, Ford, Hyundai, and Kia, Holden, they're getting away from YouTube too. And it's predicted that Google is going to lose $750 million from this.
Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta be joking.
What are you talking about? That's just pocket change.
Yeah, that's just pocket change. Oh, come on.
That's
no, but seriously, that's
ridiculous.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who make their money from YouTube, and $750 million, that's coming out of all of their pockets. So either everyone's gonna have to turn into a kids channel, or they're gonna have to move on and find, you know, a better place to post their videos. That's about all I have to say about the situation. Hope YouTube gets their stuff together, man. They're out of control.
Hope so too.
Yeah. That's all we have to say about this. We will be right back after these messages.
From a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's always motivating me to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Keyboard Cat, YouTube star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Start yours today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
And we're back to the Alchemist Show. And we are going to be talking about something that lots of people like. Movies. Who doesn't love a good movie?
I always do love good movies.
Oh, and by the way, I'm Jackson, and this is Isaac.
Oh yeah, we are back.
Yeah, so...
Let's talk about some movies that are so bad, but yet they're so good.
Yeah,
you got one. What'd you have?
This is the Citizen Kane of terrible movies.
Oh boy.
Terrible.
I'm eager to learn.
It's called The Room, and it stars Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau. Oh man.
If you don't know who that is, that just look him up. Okay?
Just think of it as a blessing that you don't know this guy.
Actually, I think my life got a lot better when I found out who he was. Okay, so The Room. You're like, what's so terrible about it? Well, here, let me just tell you what it's about. It's about a guy named Johnny who's going to marry this woman named Lisa. Lisa hates her life, so she decides to have an affair with Mark, and then the movie it chronicles how it affects Johnny. And you may be saying, that's pretty normal, but most of the film is dedicated to unrelated subplots, and the acting is abysmal.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention, most of these subplots don't get resolved, because in just one moment, this happens, and I quote, "By the way, I'm dying. The doctor just confirmed I have breast cancer." Then Lisa's mom sips her tea, and then they go on with their lives. Also, this one character, Denny, gets involved with drug dealing and has a violent confrontation, but we never know why. It just happens. And then there's the psychologist who goes between calling Lisa a sociopath and defending her. And then this leads Mark to try and murder him, and then after about murdering him by throwing him off the ledge, he picks him back up, and then they continue the conversation like it never happens.
I feel like we should just do an onward streak of just quoting this movie. You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
And if you don't believe us, here's a review from a critic. A bona fide classic of midnight cinema, Tommy Wiseau's misguided masterpiece subverts the rules of filmmaking with a balanced enthusiasm that renders such mundanities as acting, screenwriting, and cinematography utterly irrelevant. You will never see a football the same way again.
Yeah, one of the parts in the movie, they literally play football in their tuxedos, and they don't play football. They just toss the football around
it's weird.
like it's a baseball or something.
And it's just so weird. Or what about the fact that there's got to be something else to talk about? Just Mark. We know nothing about Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Okay.
And
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, and just Tommy himself is
Yeah,
like...
Tommy himself.
He just has this weird, undiscernible accent, and we don't know anything he's saying. And not to mention, everyone just has, like, stinking mood swings. Like, one moment, Johnny, played by Tommy, is, like, furious that his wife is accusing him of domestic abuse. And he's like, I did not hit her. I did not. Throws a water bottle, then suddenly sees Mark, and he's like, oh, hi, Mark. Like... Oh, hey, Mark. I was mad, but
like
hey.
nothing about his acting is natural. Like it's just like he's like from a different planet or something.
Yeah. And guess what? This movie could have been even weirder.
Weirder?
Originally,
How?
Tommy Wiseau wanted who stars in the movie and also wrote it, wanted Johnny to be a vampire.
I'm so glad he was not greenlit on that. Cause,
Yeah.
Oh,
in
man.
fact, he wasn't even greenlit with his original idea. He originally wanted to make this movie into a book, but no one would publish it.
All right. Well, I got one for you. You know M. Night Shyamalan. You know who's made Signs and I can't remember some of his other movies. What was it? Some other like
The
good
Sixth
movies.
Sense?
The Sixth Sense came and speak
I didn't
today.
even like Signs.
Oh come on, man.
The ending was dumb.
Okay, let's not get into spoilers on that movie. But you all know M. Night Shyamalan, and The Happening happened. This movie stars Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel, and it's about a disease that is causing massive death tolls around the country, and our two main stars have to find ways to survive this terrifying phenomenon.
Wait.
Now think of this as The Room. Unnatural performances, awkward death scenes. Like you don't feel bad. Like
Except
you
higher
feel
production value.
Yes, high production values, and Mark Wahlberg's acting as a science teacher. Why would someone buy this guy as a science teacher?
I don't know. Why would they buy this guy as a human? He just has his eyes like this. He always sounds like he's asking a question.
Yes, I know.
Not to mention the way that people die. It's not like a disease. It's like they
just
like they
pass.
all had a secret pact saying, "Let's kill ourselves in the most over-the-top ways possible." A guy literally throws himself in front of a moving lawnmower.
And it's like, okay, we're
And then
supposed to
there's
feel
one
sad,
movie just
but
reading a book, then all of a sudden, hairpin to the neck.
and Mark's acting. This
Oh,
guy's
all
a
of the
science teacher.
acting.
He's like, you gotta take respect into science, man.
What about Zoe? She looks like someone painted anime eyes on a mannequin.
Yeah, she just looks like she doesn't
She's always
even
like
want to
has
be in
these
this movie.
giant eyes, like she's seen her family die, and at the same time is bored to death by it.
Yeah, I know. She just looks so out of it right now. And then we gotta quote this like most famous part. You do the old woman.
In one part they sit at this old lady's house, and then she just comes up out of nowhere and is like, "Are you going to murder me in my sleep?"
And then Mark's reaction was, "What? No!" Like the most obvious, "I might," but then he's saying it as he won't. But the way, "What? No!"
And just it's so bad, it's hilarious. And don't forget, just like The Room, there were tons of mood swings. Like all of a sudden, it's like, "You take care of her if you ever touch my daughter," or "Here, welcome." And then when they grab the cookie, the woman slaps her hand.
I know.
Who is that old lady anyway?
The
She was
major twist of what's causing the disease.
They don't even say it at the end. It's just at the beginning, and they say straight away, "Can I tell them? It's plants. They're being killed by plants. Plants evolved due to climate change and are now killing human every time they blow the wind blows." And
yes, I know. And then
it's not even at the end, and they just say this at the beginning.
just-
Oh, by the way, it's the plants.
They don't fully explain this because Mark actually goes up to a plant and talks to it, saying, "I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, okay? I just want to be safe,
And not to mention the guy who revealed that, it's just like, oh, it's the plants out of nowhere, no build up or anything. And remember, it's the same guy who like loved hot dogs for some reason.
I was about to say, don't forget about the hot dog.
Yeah.
You guys love hot dogs, right?
Hot dogs get a bad rap, they say.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, I feel like
I mean,
M.
I
Night
love hot dogs so
Shyamalan
much.
confuses quirkiness with character development.
Yes.
I think he does. You can have.
I mean, I'm guessing that's his character. He
Pretty
loves
soon
hot
in his
dogs.
next movie, there's gonna be a guy who sniffs oranges and rubs them on the wall like, "The oranges speak to me," and then the plot twist is, "I'm the oranges all along." And then
that's
deep
basically
music,
how
and
this
that's gonna be
movie
his
is.
next movie.
Oh man! But I will say I am impressed by M. Night Shyamalan. He has recently done good movies recently
Actually,
too.
I don't like how Split portrays mental illness.
Oh well, I mean,
Multiple
yeah.
split personality disorder is rarely violent, and they literally portray him at one point as a monster.
Yeah.
Like literally, he becomes like super strong and stuff. And I'm just like, seriously, mental illness isn't something we should be scared of. It's something we should do to help. And by also, get
All
back
right,
to the happening.
we're getting off topic here.
Back to the happening. How many times do they even say happening? It's just like, what's happening?
Yeah,
What's happening?
what? No, Mark's impression. What's happening, guys? What's happening?
I swear, we need to make a movie with Mark Wahlberg, directed by Tommy Wiseau.
That would be perfect.
And since M. Night Shyamalan is now becoming decent again, let's hit him over the head with a bat and then have him write it.
Yeah, and then it's bad enough to like see like Mark's reaction after the movie was made. He was like, "Why was I in this movie? This was bad." And then that's just the problem. And then, okay, if you actually see like some of the footage of like M. Night Shyamalan and Mark Wahlberg talking to each other, M. Night Shyamalan's like, "Oh yeah, just go with the script. It is okay. Go with the script." And Mark's like, "This
Even
is stupid."
Your own actors are confused. Same with The Room.
Yeah.
That happened with The Room too.
Yeah, no, when you're making a movie, when the actors start questioning why you're doing this, take that as a sign.
Yeah. In fact, did you hear the person who played Mark wrote a book about being in The Room?
Yeah,
And it's
and
being made into either a film or a documentary. I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, you told me that. I was like, what?
Yes, he wrote a book about how crazy this was. That's where I learned about the vampire thing.
Oh, wait, no. What? No.
He did not write that. He did not.
Hi, Mark.
I just wonder if Tommy Wiseau is going to come complain about this, saying, "You are tearing me apart, Alchemist Joe." And then he's going to do what Johnny did at the end, and just start pulling out drawers, like yelling, like, "Ah!" and then throw out an obsolete TV. And like, with the cinematography, you think it was made in 1885 to be
Yeah, or
honest.
something like, yeah.
Did you
And
know that movie had a $6 million budget?
$6 million. Someone.
I mean, by Hollywood standards, that's not much. But
Yeah, that's not much, but still $6 million.
I bet Tommy Wiseau spent $5,500,000 on speech therapy just so people could understand him. I like to think he'd be even less coherent. And this is us talking about hilariously bad movies. This has been Jackson and Isaac, and thank you so much.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
You know what really gets a party started? Indoor baseball. Yeah, just find a broom or a pool cue, and you can use like anything as a ball. Cans, bottles, shoes.
Hey bro, toss me that avocado.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
To the Alchemist Show. On the mic this time we are going to be talking about our favorite rides that we've ever rode at Six Flags. On the mic today, this is Robert.
And Molly.
And Caleb.
And first I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite rides at Six Flags. It's called the River King Mine Train. One time about 6 years ago, I believe, we were at Six Flags, and for the fun summer school and middle school, I rode this ride, and it's basically a long track that each time you go down it, it has a loop to loop, and then towards the end of the ride, they have a really dark tunnel that the car goes down, and basically after you go through the tunnel, the ride's over with.
Yeah, I rode that once. I remember it being really fun. I like Six Flags because there's a lot of stuff to do. Like, it's, you know, there's a lot of different types of rides, and it's like a good overall amusement park. I think my favorite ride is probably I think the Batman a lot, because it's like, I like big roller coasters a lot, and it's like way more smooth than the other one. Like if you ride the Screaming Eagle, it's like your neck really hurts afterwards, you know. I like the Batman because it's big, but it's also kind of it's smoother and not as, my neck doesn't hurt as bad afterwards. I also really like the Superman though. I wouldn't say that's like a roller coaster. It's like a ride, like, you know. I like the Superman a lot because it's I don't know. Every time I ride it, I like laugh the entire time. Like, I just think it's so funny.
Batman is smoother just because it's newer, and it's the type of system that they use on it. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I like that a lot better than, because some of them, like a Screaming Eagle, I think is made out of wood, which
The Boss.
worries me. That one too, yeah.
The American Thunder one's made out of wood too.
Yeah, see, that makes me nervous.
I don't know if you ever had it happen to you, but on Boss, whenever I was going around one of the corners, it's like has no
Yes.
protection. It literally almost, went on two wheels. Well, kind of like two wheels,
I feel
but
like it probably doesn't do that, but it probably feels like it does. I don't know. Would roller coasters freak me out? But I like the Batman a lot, just because then it's like not afraid that I'm gonna die, you know. But it's
besides that one time when that one protection thing almost wasn't latched on that one person, he almost fell out.
Wasn't that your story? Didn't you tell me that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Well, almost everyone heard of it.
I hadn't until Robert told me. Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like rides like the Superman because they're kind of scary. Like that one, I know a lot of people are like don't feel the same towards those other rides. They're like, that's not my type of thing. But I just can't help but laugh the whole time.
I can't really.
It's just the height.
I've always wanted to ride the Superman, but the height. That's basically why
I liked it actually. I liked it a lot. Like because there's like a second when you're like up there and you can see like the entire park, and I always thought that was pretty cool. But then you fall, and that's no fun.
What's the ride where like it's like a circle thing, and you get in all around, and it just spins you up, and then it spins you around at the same time, and it just keeps.
I have no idea.
Are you talking about those swings, those giant swings?
No, it's not swings.
No, those are pretty cool too, though. Those are new. Well, newish.
There's this one ride I remember there that was pretty good called the Pandemonium.
Oh yeah, I never rode that.
It used to be called
the Tony Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah, the Tony Hawk.
I love that ride. That's a good one. I like theme parks a lot. I like roller coasters a lot. So I like to ride about everything. I don't. Yeah. Once I went to Six Flags and I got a pickle on a stick, and that was like the highlight of my entire day. Six Flags is a good place. They understand
Because of a
me.
pickle.
It was a pickle on a stick. It made me very happy.
My favorite ride, well, it's not really a ride. I mean, it's kind of a ride, but it's not like a roller coaster or any of theirs. But it's the go-kart racing, because if you have the Need for Speed, then it's time you paid a visit to the Speedodrome, home of a classic go-kart style raceway that will give you room to vroom. Located close to the back of Six Flags in St. Louis, personally, anything with a motor I like to drive. It's right by and under the part of the roller coaster, the Boss. If you like to drive anything, then this is the thing for you.
The go-karts are like, what are they next to? One of the rides. They're next
Boss.
to. Yeah.
They're literally like right.
Did you just say that? I was kind of.
Yeah, they're by the Boss, and then they're by the
They are.
thing that
Said
you
that.
like. You actually, it's no latch. You just put something around you, and you get slung up back and forth with 2 wires.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I'm not gonna do that because I feel like it's gonna snap. If it snaps, you're dead.
You would definitely die. Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
kind of a cool way though. You'd be like, oh well, I fell off this giant roller coaster thing.
Did you
This
ever?
Thing, yeah.
Did you ever go into the bumper cars?
Bumper cars are fun, but I always get angry when I'm in there. Like people hit me, and I'm just like, I
That's
get really offended.
That's the point of it. It's called bumper
I
car.
know, but I don't like it. Get away from me.
Seems like one time I went there and we were on those bumper cars and ours broke down.
Yeah, see, that's it. Yeah, they're always breaking.
Stalker.
It's fun when you're like with your friends, because then you can kind of. But like if random people like bump into me, I get really offended, and I'm like, get away from me.
Hey, at least it's not your real car.
Well, yeah. Bumper cars in real life, bad idea.
Well, that's demolition derby. Or
Oh
demolition
yeah, true.
derby.
They already have a name for that, I guess.
Anything else about the car?
I don't know. I like the go-karts. I've done that before.
The only thing is you can't hit each other, or you can't go like as fast as like a lot of those things, because it's only like an 8-shaped track, and it's so small. It's big, but it's also small, and if you hit someone, you're like out.
Yeah, I think I went
Or
on
if
it
you try,
once.
even if you fender someone.
I went on it like one time, so yeah.
They're fun. I like driving. So.
I want to race.
With those it's easy though, because then it's like easier to not.
It's easier than real life, because if you're racing real life, you gotta remember you have a lot bigger and more power.
Yeah, if you run into somebody, you get in real trouble.
Or you die.
Or you die. There's that too.
Or injured. You get on the injured list.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. So, those are my. That's yeah.
Oh. Well, I think this is all that we have for this topic today, and that is all for today's show. Join us next time. Oh.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, I had one thing on my mind. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball every chance I could. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. I'm Paul George. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke F-A-S-T. Fast. Life is why. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
At the corner, we waited to cross the street. The stoplight counted down. 15, 14.
31? I mean, 13?
We took a left on Carroll Garden Street.
Garden Street?
Loud music was coming from a car. Danny's a smart kid, but he gets so distracted.
There were so many other sounds, I didn't know what to focus on.
Danny, Earth to Danny. Suddenly, he realized he forgot his homework again.
I left my homework on the table.
At the school steps, we hugged goodbye. I really hope he doesn't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
Hello, welcome back to the Alchemist Show. On the mic again is Bennett,
Eric,
and Brendan.
So, we're going to answer a question that everyone listening probably has been constantly wondering ever since we've gone on here. What is in plan for our future? Isn't that what everyone wants to hear?
Probably.
Actually,
Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
I mean, doesn't everybody have a dream that they want
yeah,
to do?
they want to hear about our dreams specifically because we're so famous.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and explain it to them then.
But in all seriousness, obviously we're all in the digital media class because why else would we be here? So we want to talk about what we plan to do after with what we learn in digital media and how that will affect our future, if it does at all, and just basically, talk about what we plan to do. So who wants to go first? How about Brendan? You go first.
Okay then. Well, I really don't have a lot on my future yet.
I'm glad everyone was happy to jump in on that one. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, we're getting off topic. Anyway, let's see. Well, my future, actually, I don't know how to explain it yet. I don't have a lot to do yet because, I'm only a junior in high school.
Yeah.
That's all.
Uh-huh.
But I do have a lot of plans that I want to try out.
That's good.
Well, I actually have a lot of professional jobs actually that I want to try out, but I'm not sure if I can get those yet. Like one of them, hopefully I get this one. Like one of them is like a famous NFL player.
That'd be
Because hey,
cool.
I like football.
Yeah.
I like the intensity.
I mean, you're on the football team.
You're right. That's true. NFL for the Chicago Bears. That's right. I said the Chicago Bears because they're
The
my favorite
Chicago
team.
Bears?
Yep. Like I just said, the Chicago Bears. That's one of them. And if that doesn't work, I'm thinking I might be a cameraman for like the sports industry.
That'd
That's
be
what
really cool.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
That's just something I could probably enjoy.
Yep. And one of them, and my last one, by the way, these are all that like suit me well, I think. That's what I'm thinking. And my last one was like a forensic scientist for analyzing the type of blood, type A, type B,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. That's what I felt like doing.
Do you have any experience in the forensics? I mean, obviously you haven't actually solved any
I
crimes, but I mean, do
I
you
know.
take any classes?
Yeah, I take a class, and I take a forensics class.
How many murders have you solved, Brendan? I'm just
Not
kidding.
in real life.
I know, I'm just messing.
Not in real life. Good
Eric
grief.
just stabbed me.
No. I guess I'm gonna have to prove that he's guilty then.
Yeah. Get some good job experience.
Either way, yep. That's what I'm thinking. Well, right now, I might start off with the cameraman job only
Yeah.
because I'm already in digital media.
Oh yeah.
But it all like starts with school, college, right?
Mhm.
That's what I have in mind. What do you two have to say about?
Real quick, I have a question. What about plans for college?
Well, I actually have a bunch of colleges.
Ooh.
I have like top 3 actually. One's like SEMO,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and the other is like Mizzou.
Mhm.
I like that because I kind of like the Missouri Tigers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is the Alabama University.
I assume that's in Alabama.
Yeah.
The good old Alabama University in Florida. No, I'm kidding.
Well, that's what I kind of think. Yep.
Have you ever considered Mac?
That actually didn't come to mind. That's all.
How do you feel about that, Eric?
I see how it is.
I mean, digital media is, through Mac, so I mean that's always an option.
So in that case, I may go ahead and do that. Try that out too.
Just making life more confusing for you, Brendan.
Right.
So what about you, Eric?
Well, I've got a couple things that I at least have in mind. My main plan is to go to Mineral Area College to finish my degree in digital media. Only thing that I'm worried about is that I'm a really big procrastinator, and I tend to put things off to the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad with that. But I think I've got the skills to do the job. It's just a matter of getting there and putting the effort out to do it and lock down my studies and find money to be able to get there.
What is this, a resume? Anyone who's listening, hit up. Eric needs a job. He's tired of working at Sonic and having people's hands get fried off it by the grill.
Well played, well played. But my backup is to maybe do like a personal business. I haven't really thought of anything big, but I do know that I would have to move to a bigger city because Perryville is definitely not big enough for any small businesses. They would not last unless you really, really have a good idea. But basically, that's about it.
Have you ever thought about doing wedding photography? That's always big. I hear a lot of people do that.
I actually have been thinking about doing that, like taking wedding photos, videoing it, and all, doing family. I also thought about doing family pictures and like using one of those hover drones or whatnot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because I mean, like, put it in perspective. You go in there, typically you see people with the cameras and everything taking your picture. But I mean, like, you go in there and you see a drone's taking your picture. Instantly, you are psyched about getting your picture taken.
Instantly, they hand you $500.
Yeah, just right then and there.
Yes.
Just one take. Sweet. The drone's already paid off.
Woo! Yeah,
that's
true. Yeah, so that's a good plan.
That is sweet.
So about you procrastinating, have you actually? I'm making sure you don't get the job, Eric. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm just curious because have you signed up for Mineral Area College yet?
Yes, and I've already been accepted too.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
I was gonna say, because is it too late? Because that's kind of what the plan I want to go into is, but I'll explain more about that. Since I'm on the mic, I might as well talk about my future. Is there anything else you want to say? Nope. All right, sweet. Well,
nothing more.
Yeah, with colleges, I've been thinking about going to SEMO. Laugh at me. Well, I originally wanted to go there because they had a really great river campus sort of thing with art and music, and I was like, oh, I want to do something with art and music, but
Ain't
now
that the truth?
Yeah, but now I've been thinking more and more about film, and it's just the fact that I feel like where else would I go, because I've gone to the river campus at SEMO every year to perform for band competitions. I go there every year for an art club field trip, so I know at least the river campus of SEMO, 100%. So I mean,
it's pretty good.
It made me feel more comfortable. And recently I went to something called SEMO Show Me Day, which is they had this college sort of get together for everyone to come see things, and I was shown their mass media program, which is basically digital media, and I want to specialize in TV and radio, and so it was really cool because it's sort of two different places. There's one at the actual campus, and then there's this place on the same road as KFES and all those radio stations are down at Broadway. And so that place is called Rust Media, and which is owned by the famous family-owned media business, which is why it's Rust Media. But it was really cool because it goes through SEMO, and so all the students at SEMO actually make newspapers and do podcasts and just do all this media stuff all the time, and they can also get paid for it. So that was really interesting seeing that. But the problem is that I don't think the credits transfer very well. I still have to ask a couple people about that. So which is why I'm interested in Mac as well, because it'd make things a lot simpler for me credits-wise, and the credits I'm getting in digital media right now would feel like they matter, instead of it all just being like some sort of random elective that won't help me out. So Mac is definitely an option, but I think it's a little too late.
What for? It's not too late.
Well, maybe I could sign up for 2018, but then I'd be taking a gap year.
I mean, it's never
Well, then
too
I'd
late.
have plenty of time to finish getting my digital media certificate then.
There you go.
So either Mac or SEMO, really, but something I got to look more into. But besides,
maybe you can get finish up your associates and then go for a bachelor's.
Is the associates right what I'm doing right now, digital
Yes.
media? Yeah, that's awesome.
You already basically have half of your degree.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Wow,
because
congrats then.
hey, thanks. Same with you. You got half your associates, half of your bachelors, I guess. Because we're first years. So I mean that technically makes sense. But yeah, besides what colleges I want to go to, what I said earlier, I've always been interested in art and music, and I don't know, it's been teetering left and right. Obviously art will help me.
Directions.
Yeah, art will obviously help me in the future if I want to do anything with film, but music won't really unless I become a famous musical producer.
Hey, you never know.
You never know wherever life will take you. But recently I'm like, oh man, I just don't like doing art anymore. I sit here and nothing ever happens. And then the other day I'm like, man, I'm not getting anything done with music. I thought music would be a lot more fun for me, but film has always stayed consistent. So
Well,
at least recently. So I want to get a major in film, and I don't know which one I'll minor in. I like both of them, and I want to make a career out of both of them, but just none of them seem to be working for me, and it makes me sad. So it's just even the notes I have for here, I have my future, art, film, music, and then SEMO, and that's it, because I have no idea what I'm going to do in my future. I just know I like these things, and I have to make them into a career. But do I like these things?
Yes, you do. Isn't
It's
that
tough.
right?
It would also help maybe if you went full on to digital media, but also minored in art, art and music, because those both also go in with digital media.
Yeah, art especially, and I really want to learn more about those things. And maybe that's what I need. If I get more information, maybe I'll be like, oh, now I know what the heck I'm doing, and then maybe I'll be interested in those things again. But definitely film. That's about all I have to say.
Alrighty.
I answered everything, yet I felt like I answered nothing.
Hey, if we have to, we just do our best.
Yep.
Or if we have to for some ridiculous reason, just wing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Working fast food for the rest of my life. Isn't that right, Eric?
Definitely not the thing you want to be doing.
I'm kidding. But yeah, so I hope we've answered the audience's burning questions about what the famous Bennett Turner, Eric Weibrecht, and Brendan Bleckley will do with their futures. The world-renowned trio. That's about all I have to say. Thank you very much for listening. This is all the Alchemist Show has left. So I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks for listening.